615 years ago, the Joseon Kingdom was founded in this very palace. The birth of a nation took place in Gyeongbok Palace, which became the main palace of the new kingdom. As the royal residence of the king, Gyeongbok Palace was situated in the heart of Seoul and projected the king's power. The main gate is the first place that visitors face when visiting the main palace of the Joseon dynasty. This gate faces due south and was called Omun, which means the gate that faces the sun. In the 8th year of King Sejong's reign, the gate was renamed as Gwanghwa. In front of the palace was Yukjo Street, where many royal ministry buildings were located. Gwanghwamun Gate was a gateway of communication between the palace and the people. Thus, the name Gwanghwa was quite befitting. Japanese colonial rule was a dark period in Korea's history. Koreans could not protect their heritage, as the Japanese radically altered the Korea's capital that had been preserved for 500 years. On September 11, 1915, Gwanghwamun Gate was the host of a disgraceful event. The Japanese held the Joseon Production Exhibition to justify its colonial rule and also to showcase the development it spurred in Korea. The exhibition floor was the courtyard of Gyeongbok Palace. Many people attended the event, and buildings designed by Japan were erected on the palace grounds. During the exhibition, the public was allowed to freely enter the palace through Gwanghwamun Gate. But this was not the end of the desecration to Gwanghwamun Gate by the Japanese. The Japanese General Government Building was then built between Kunjeongjeon Hall and Gwanghwamun Gate. With the intent to eliminate Joseon's cultural heritage, the Japanese decided to tear down the gate. When Koreans heard of Japan's plan to remove the gate, they started to campaign for its preservation. Gwanghwamun Gate, the face of the Joseon dynasty, vanished from sight. The Japanese moved the gate to the east side of Gyeongbok Palace. After the removal, the Japanese General Government Building was now a prominent structure in central Seoul. How did the Koreans in Yukjo Street react to this? They probably felt a deep sorrow for being helpless in preventing it from happening. After being moved to the east side, the gate was bombed during the Korean War and was half destroyed. It then stood as a symbol of tragedy that has befallen the nation embroiled in a civil war. Gwanghwamun Gate was returned to its rightful place after years of neglect and damage. But the renovated gate had a different exterior appearance from its original design.
박 대통령의 친필로 새겨진 한글 현판 광화문. 이 현판 하나를 제외한다면 새로 세워진 광화문에서 나무라고는 한 토막도 찾아볼 수 없으며 모든 자재가 돌, 시멘트 그리고 철근으로 되어 있습니다.
Furthermore, it was not returned to its original location. The Korean government continued their efforts to reclaim its cultural heritage that was destroyed during Japanese colonial rule. On August 15, 1995, the Japanese General Government Building was demolished once and for all. After the Japanese General Government Building was entirely removed, the gate was found to be placed along a crooked line instead of being centered with the other palace buildings. This mistake had to be addressed to bring closure to the shameful incident in Korean history. On August 15, 2010, the restoration of Gwanghwamun Gate to its original position was completed. It could now take its place as the main gate of Gyeongbok Palace. After bearing witness to 600 years of honor and disgrace of Korea, Gwanghwamun Gate is now ready to welcome a new chapter in Korea's history.